All right. Well, thank you all for watching another entry to our student spotlights today. I feel very fortunate to be interviewing Eric Yoon. Eric, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Eric Yoon. I'm a freshman here at the University of Arizona, and I'm a computer science major, and I am minoring in statistics slash data science. I'm from Philadelphia, but I was born in Seoul in South Korea, so I have some family over there, and some things that I enjoy doing in my free time is playing basketball. I like watching sports games, whether it's like college or pro, and I like spending a lot of time with my friends and family. Um, Something that's interesting about me is I'm also like an avid spike ball player. I'm not sure if you know what that is, but back in high school, me and a buddy won like the school wide tournament, and that was just like a big thing. So
That's cool. And you said you're from Philadelphia. What high school did you go to?
I went to Harridan High School. It's in Lower Merion School District. I'm not sure if you
I'm familiar with that area, and it's interesting that you mentioned that spike ball. Is that pretty big over there?
I feel like just at my school, because like I created the spike ball club there. So
Ah,
like I feel like with my like year, we kind of like made people more interested in it. I don't know.
that's cool. That's cool. And I don't know how popular it is on campus, but I know I've seen students play with on the mall. So that's really cool. So why did you decide to attend the University of Arizona? Going from Philadelphia to Arizona, what were some of the things that made you come here?
So of course my go-to answer would be I have a lot of family in LA as well. So being able to, not have to take a flight to go see them is something that's nice. And then my family also ended up moving to LA to, reunite with the rest of the family after I came here. So now we're all on the West Coast kind of. And to me, a big school is something that I was kind of looking for because I wanted to meet a lot of people. I wanted to make a lot of connections during college. So I like the size of the campus. I like the size of our undergraduate class and things like that. And of course, since I'm from Philadelphia, I came for the weather.
Yeah, quite a difference between Tucson and Philadelphia in terms of winter weather for sure.
Right.
So why did you select computer science as your major?
So for me, I kind of grew up around it because my dad was well, he still is. He's a software engineer and he was since I was a little kid. So I kind of grew up playing with computers and like little extra parts that were lying around the house. And then, I started taking classes in high school and I found that it was really interesting. And so I kept pursuing it. In the summer of my junior year, I also did an internship. And like that just kind of confirmed that this is like really what I wanted to do. So here I am now. Yeah.
That's cool. So you actually had an internship experience before even starting at the University of Arizona?
Yeah, so my junior year I worked at a healthcare IT company and there I worked with R. That was the first time I'd come across R.
Hmm.
And I was working with something called the Gale model, which is like it's like a breast cancer risk like assessment tool. And so my job was to kind of implement that into their mammography product for their clients to use.
Wow, that sounds very interesting. That's cool, and I'm glad that you were able to find that experience so early on. It's um, usually unheard of to have like a high school student working on such a in-depth project. It's really cool. I'm glad that you got to have that opportunity. So, what have you enjoyed most about your experience here at the University of Arizona, specifically in computer science?
So just the fact that the computer science department here has like so many events and like opportunities to like go meet people within the department, whether it be faculty or like professors or even just the other students. And I found that a lot of my close friends that I talk to and hang out with like right now are people that I've met through those. And so those experiences where they provide pizza and then you can just talk to people. I find that those have been very beneficial. And then Mr. Jordan, his like career workshops that he was doing every Friday a while back, those were also very beneficial, I think. And I enjoy hearing about someone with a lot more experience than me and how he utilized his resources and found these opportunities. And I really think it's great that he's having these to kind of help us. That's what I've really enjoyed.
I'm glad to hear that you were using those workshops as an opportunity to learn more and also network. Pizza always has an amazing way of bringing people together, I think, free food. So what are your career goals?
So after I'm not planning on transferring or anything, so I want to graduate here with the major that I've chosen, and I want to walk away from here knowing that I've made many connections to people, and because it's such a big campus, I feel that we offer so many different courses and classes, and I want to be able to like say that I've tried, other things that aren't computer science. Um, so I plan on taking like an astronomy course, and I want to see what I think about that. And so, just being able to try new things, I feel like is always a good thing. And just because we have so many things that are new to me here at this campus, I think that's something that I want to like walk away with. In the future, long term, I want to, obviously take up a job in the computer science department. And I also just want to travel the world. I want to start working early and then save up money to travel while I'm still young, while I still can before I settle down. So yeah.
It's great. Those sounds like you've got an idea of where you're going and you're working your way towards it. So that's cool. Tell us about your upcoming internship with Health Trio.
So I'm actually in it right now, and my title is a database engineer intern. So basically my job is to use T-SQL to optimize pre-existing queries in the Health Trio's like source code. And while I'm still in the training steps right now, I think this is going to be like really interesting because it's a small company relative to, like bigger companies out there. They only have a few hundred employees, and so being one of those few hundred means that I'm going to be very hands-on with like code that's important to the very like integrity of the company. And so knowing that I'm dealing with something important is kind of just exciting, and it makes me eager to see what I'll be like working on in the future. Um, how I got it was through the computer science career fair. um, I literally just walked up to their table and I told them who I was, what I was looking for, and I found that, as opposed with like Amazon or like Honeywell or the other like big companies, with this company, I was like really having like a real conversation almost. Like I was actually connecting with them. And it wasn't even just all talk about, jobs or like computer science necessarily. We were able to hold a conversation about sports or like how the weather has been. It was a different feeling to the conversation than the rest of them. And that's what really like told me like this is where I wanted to be.
And so with Health Trio, it sounds like there was some connection there because you had done that internship before that was in the like health field. So maybe there was also that. Do you think that would that helped?
Definitely. It's the company that I worked at in during high school is they're not the exact same, but they are similar in like what they do, and their clientele also. There's a little bit of similarities across there, and so I think when I mentioned that, that's when they really started like trying to talk to me about what I did there and like how that the skills I learned there could like transfer over, and so I think that's part of the reason that I got it.
Makes a lot of sense. So you now, as a first year student, you've already got two internships under your belt in essence. Um, why do you think internships are important? Why should someone pursue doing an internship?
I mean, to me, I think an internship is one of, or if not, the best way to spend your time in college or in high school, because not only are you getting experience in the field, where like in the subject that you're trying to work in, you're also making connections, and so like having an internship doesn't mean you're going to stay there all throughout college and then end up working there, which is something that you can do. But it means that, if I interned here in freshman year and I end up leaving for whatever reason, since I've already established that connection, I can always, talk to them later on and like see what they can offer me because I've already worked there, I've already made that connection, and I already have that experience. So I think an internship is just about the most appealing thing that you could put down on a resume for an employer. Um, and I just think it's beneficial in every way.
That's awesome, and I definitely agree with you wholeheartedly. What advice would you give to a student who's looking to get into an internship with Health Trio specifically, or really any similar program?
I would say before, well, to address Health Trio specifically, I think that they're not like a standard company you'll come across. Um, Not just because they're smaller, but I feel like the people there are really what made me so attracted to them. And like what pushed me towards them, is that they're just you could tell that they're like kind and like really caring people. Um, like talking to them like I was saying before, like talking to them casually about like sports or whatever it was, that just showed me that they were different. Like I didn't only have to tell them what I've done and why I would be valuable to the company. You know, they don't see me as an asset or like a tool. They see me like as a real person, and that's just something I like about them. Um, it's hard to speak on other companies because I have limited experience, but the same way with the one that I had in high school, I found that the people there um, were also very caring. Like I had attended like a few dinners, even just being a summer intern. And these people are inviting me to their house, they're breaking bread with me. And I feel like that just says something about, what they think of you and how they think of you as a person and not just, a means to an end of making their company better.
So looking at a student and an intern holistically, how they can mutually benefit from the interaction, the relationship. Yeah, totally makes a lot of sense. What advice would you give to someone that's coming to the university as like a first year student, an incoming student?
I would definitely say, there's so many opportunities that the CS department, produces, and I think everyone should be jumping on those. I know that we have a lot of students, a lot of freshmen at least, who are CS majors, but at these events, I'm not seeing like that many people, and so I think that it's definitely like I'd say it's definitely the minority of CS majors who are attending these, and I'm not sure why that is because they've proved very beneficial. Like this internship itself is I think a product of Mr. Jordan's workshops, these little meet and greets, being able to talk to other people who have done it before and getting advice from them. I think that was a big reason that I ended up landing this, and so I would say check your email, register for the events. Don't be scared to put yourself out there. I didn't walk into the career fair knowing I'd get an internship, right? I wasn't expecting anything out of it. I just wanted to show my face. I just wanted to talk to the people and, establish a little bit of a relationship. I would say don't be scared of failure also. Going into that career fair I was like literally shaking. I was so nervous. I'm going to be honest. But as I started talking to people, I felt myself calm down, and I felt myself like saying, even if I don't get an internship with this person, even if the conversation didn't go well, what have I learned, right? What have I taken away from it? And so I can improve myself and not make the same mistakes. So I think that going out there, taking a risk, taking the leap of faith, it can only end up in a good thing because even if you fail, you're going to learn.
That's great advice. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for taking the time to sit down and answer our questions for this interview and for sharing your experience at the U of A, getting that internship and so on. We hope to get an update from you soon about how your internship went and hope to hear and we expect great things.
Of course, I appreciate the opportunity for the interview. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Take care.